Welcome, and on today's show I give you my best and affordable watch for surviving a zombie apocalypse. But first, today's shot comes from Just In EDC. This is a superbly framed shot of a metal G-Shock on a lovely comfortable rubber strap. And what's that in the background? It looks like a highly sophisticated and very sturdy fallout shelter or bomb shed. He's getting ready for that zombie apocalypse too. It's a very cool watch, my friend. Thanks for tagging me in. If you'd like to be on the next Casio corner, all you gotta do, find me on Instagram here and tag me in on one of your Casio posts. Who knows? Next time, the star of the show could be you. Zombies, they freak me out, but I always get your watch out. I am wearing my beautifully ugly GW-290, worn in the first Mission Impossible movie of the 90s. Whenever there's a problem that I just can't fix, I always ask, what would Tom do? What a stunner. Day 1, log 1 of surviving the apocalypse. I thought I brought enough supplies, but they're gone already. Even the cat food. The zombies are everywhere. But don't worry, I'm quick, I'm nimble, they can't catch me. What's that noise? Gonna go check it out. Oh no, what do you want? Oh, help me! Yes, if we're being brutally honest, I'm not sure I'd survive that long in a zombie apocalypse. Well, actually, that depends on whether we're talking about Walking Dead zombies or the fast buggers on World War Z. Because let's face it, if you got those running at you, you haven't got a hope in hell. Anyway, I wanted to give you my #1 choice for the best watch to try and survive this apocalypse. So the big things I need in this watch is it's gotta be tough. You know, when I'm running or using my karate on an incoming zombie. I'd like to feel confident that after a scrap or two, the watch will continue to tell me the time as usual. 2, it's got to be waterproof. I could be running in the rain, I could be swimming in a river or a lake. I need the reassurance that the watch is going to survive that. 3, power. I need to make sure that this watch has almost an unlimited supply of power. Shops aren't going to be open, and buying a battery for a watch could be problematic. 4, the watch needs to be lightweight. It can't be dragging me along as I'm running away from these zombies, so I need something on the wrist that's not going to feel heavy. 5, it's got to have lube. Who knows if there's going to be electricity in this apocalypse? I need to be able to see the time, morning, noon and night. 6, I can't continue into the new world without knowing what the day is and what the date is, so having that on the watch will be very useful, thank you. And last but not least, can I use this thing as a weapon? Yes, at the last resort, can I take this watch off and use it as a knuckle duster? Well, thanks to a little known engineer called Kiko Aibe, a watch with a lot of these key factors was released to the public in 1983. And yes, we are talking about G-Shocks. We all know the story. He got given a pocket watch by his father, dropped it, smashed it, and was a bit sad. Then from that moment on, he decided to try and make a watch that was unbreakable, and found that sticking a digital module in the middle of a rubber ball meant that there was hardly any shocks on the little engine. Well, since 83, the amount of G-Shocks designed and made, if they're all laid out in a line, could probably circle the Earth 4 times. Now, if you're into retro things, or you got a slightly smaller wrist, you're gonna love this watch. Are you ready? Let's go! So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you the G-SHOCK GW-M5610-1ER. Now, the first thing you notice is that this is an original looking G-SHOCK, just like the first ones that were released in 83. So it's a square shape, and even though it's almost 40 years old, it kind of still looks modern. We have this big resin shroud of a case. I love its tactical look. The first thing I loved though was the red frame around the screen. It just looks a bit sportier, and the black and the red just reminds me of Knight Rider. And the A-Team van.
Also of the 80s.
I love the coloured text on that dial, the blues, the golds and the reds, just magic. So this 5610 is an upgrade from the 5600. This is almost double the price of that watch, but it has some really cool features that are definitely worth the price. The case is not black, it's like charcoaly grey, but it does look very tactical. I love it. So the casing and the strap is made of the same material, this resin rubber, and the strap looks like it's actually part of that casing, but it's not. By turning the watch around, you can see the spring bars and also the way the strap reinforces the strength and integrity with those little lips that go over onto the case back. I love that angular case back as well. Like most Casios, you've got a screw in each corner and it's got a lot of information on it. So we've got 4 pushers.
I do love symmetry.
The buttons are really recessed into this case. Probably a little too much for my liking, but it adds to the strength and the security of not damaging the watch or pushing the buttons accidentally. Can't say I've done that with a Casio of mine anyway. Quick spec check. So we've got a 43mm case. It's a 46 lug to lug, a 12.5mm thickness, and the lug width from the inside is about 16mm. However, if you turn the watch back around, the thickness of that strap is about 25mm and it tapers down to 19. The strap is well solid and well made. It's not the softest of straps, it's got to be said, but again there it's not only to be comfortable but to be strong. The buckle I'm not sure on at all. Very curvy. Doesn't go with the design of this watch at all. So let's look at that face. And at the top left hand corner you have Casio, and on the right you have Multiband 6. What's that?
Watch knowledge nuggets.
Multiband 6 is another name for an atomic clock. Yes, there are terrestrial wave signals going all over the world in 6 transmission stations. Japan, North America, UK, Europe and China. And they pump out waves for the accurate time throughout the day. Yes, this watch is already accurate, losing or gaining 15 seconds per month, but during the night, this watch picks up that signal and adjusts itself so that it's accurate for you. That also gives this watch a perpetual calendar because it sets the date as well. Now, yes, in an apocalypse, I can't see too many people still manning the transmission stations of these things, but while you've still got it, you can't knock it. Now, unlike the 5600, this watch is battery powered. However, this watch is solar powered. So it gives energy to the battery to make it last longer. And outside of that red frame, you can see the little honeycomb cross hatchings of where the sun comes in and is dispersed in energy. So I don't have to worry about finding a battery for at least 10 years. In blue, we have got the words water resist 20 bar. This is water resistant for up to 200 meters. Double what the original G-SHOCK could do, and it will more than meet my needs come that river swim. At the bottom right, you can see the letters L, M and H, and that's a power indicator to you. Low, medium or high. On the screen in the top left, we have the day of the week, and on the right, we have the number of the month and the number of the day in that month. Also, a little PS in that left corner, that means power save. Now, you can turn this on or off, but if you leave the watch for a while or it's in a dark space, this watch will turn off and activate again when the buttons are pushed or when you move it about.
Awesome.
Let's start pushing some buttons. So the bottom left pusher is the mode button. Push it once and we get a world time, everybody. The next mode is an alarm. You get 4 alarms plus a snooze. Now with these zombies about, I'm not sure I'll be doing too much snoozing. Then we have the stopwatch to 1/100th of a second, I think. This would be fantastic when I'm timing my daily run to a supply shelter or just keep my fitness up. Then we have a countdown timer. Top left pusher is the adjust button. Top right pusher is our illuminescence. Yes, a fabulous lumen, this bad boy. The only thing I'm annoyed with, it doesn't stay on for too long. For a solar powered watch, I'd like a little bit longer than the 2 seconds it gives me. But I will forgive it as it gives me quite a cool feature. It gives me the automatic illuminescent mode. Yes, if you keep your finger on that top button, you get the letters A-EL. Automatic electronus. Bring the watch up to your eyes, the light comes on. Oh, that will definitely keep me interested for a while. Push Push that bottom right pusher down once and it'll tell you the last time it took a signal from those waves. Now if you keep your finger on this button, you can find an accurate time right now. As long as you don't put the watch in a box, you keep it on the windowsill looking out to the sky. On my 6.5-inch wrist, and I've got to say that fit-wise, this is the best G-SHOCK I've ever owned. It's still bulky, but it doesn't overpower my wrist. 12.5mm thick means I can put a coat, a jacket or a sleeve over top of this thing. I also forgot to mention it's very lightweight at just 50 grams. And it almost feels like you're not wearing a watch. So there you have it, my ideal watch for surviving a zombie apocalypse. Now the only couple of niggles that I do have on this watch are the buttons. They're too recessed into the case. It's not satisfying pushing those buttons down. The other niggle is I wish that loom stayed on for a little bit longer.
The more knowledge you have, the more you're free to rely on your instincts. So put the Hublot down. Yeah.
To buy this watch brand new, you can get it on Amazon for £90 right now. And I think that's amazing value for money. I've even tried to increase that strength and durability with a set of bull bars. Ooh, looks tougher, looks meaner, probably doesn't do much more, but it looks cool. I'll leave an affiliate link to the watch and the bull bars in the description below. It doesn't add any more money to you, but it sure helps the channel. From me, the Mad Watch Collector, I'll see you in a tick, 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 a tick.
Every little second, every hour, every minute of the day. Always end up